Have you ever watched a dog trot right up to the most disgusting, stagnant green puddle on the street, take a massive gulp, and then just happily trot away, tail wagging? Seriously, if you or I took even a sip of that exact same water, we'd be bedridden for a week with a severe infection, right? So what is going on here? Today, we're going to unpack the hidden physiological defenses that allow animals to survive and even thrive after swallowing pathogens that would absolutely wreck us. Now, before we get too far, we need a quick reality check. There's this common misconception that wild animals just have these magic, impenetrable stomachs. The truth? Contaminated water definitely kills wild animals on a regular basis. The catch is, when animals get really sick, they hide in the undergrowth. That means we only ever witness the survivors, the ones who successfully fought off the bad stuff. You are essentially seeing survivor bias in action. But to be fair, animals do survive these encounters way more often than we would. Why is that? Well, they possess an escalating defense system, a literal multi-layered gauntlet of armor. We're going to break this down into 4 specific steps. 1. The saliva shield. 2. The acidic kill chamber. 3. Fast throughput. And 4. The microbiome defense. All right, let's jump straight into layer 1, saliva and speed. And this starts right at the very beginning of the whole process, in the animal's mouth and digestive tract. You know, dog saliva is not just water used to wash food down, it is literal chemical warfare. Just look at this antimicrobial arsenal. You've got lysozyme, which is actively popping bacterial cell walls like balloons. Then there's lactoferrin, binding up all the iron, basically starving incoming bacteria of the nutrients they need to survive. Throw in peroxidase and some patrolling immunoglobulins, and wow, before that dirty puddle water even hits the stomach, the threats are already being aggressively neutralized. And it's not just that chemical shield. Speed is a massive weapon here. A dog's digestive tract is remarkably short. It's built for incredibly fast throughput. It flushes pathogens through so quickly that they just don't have time to attach and colonize. Compare that to us humans. Our gut is much longer. Food hangs around, which unfortunately gives harmful bacteria the luxury of time to settle in, multiply, and cause a whole lot of trouble.
Which brings us to layer 2, the acidic kill chamber. This is the absolute core of how dog stomachs kill bacteria, and it's what happens when those surviving pathogens actually reach the stomach.
Get this. A dog's stomach pH sits at a staggering 1.0 to 1.5. Now, on the pH scale, lower means exponentially more acidic. This creates an environment so extreme, so intensely hostile, that it can quite literally dissolve solid bone. It instantly denatures the proteins of any invading microbes. So when you look at them side by side, a dog's stomach is essentially a high-intensity kill chamber that's up to 10 times more acidic than ours. This is precisely how a dog's stomach wipes out threats. Almost any pathogen that drops into an acid vat this potent is just destroyed on contact, its cellular structure completely ripped apart. It is the ultimate internal filter. Let's move on to layer 3, the microbiome standing army. Because believe it or not, chemical warfare and bone-dissolving acid are really only half the story. Let's look at the biological turf war happening even deeper in the gut.
Over a lifetime of eating and, drinking some pretty questionable things, an animal's gut microbiome turns into a hardened standing army. This ecosystem actually learns and adapts to local water sources over time. It triggers these perfectly calibrated immune responses based on familiarity. Actually, this makes total sense. It explains why your pampered indoor pet might take one sip of an outdoor puddle and still get an upset stomach. They simply lack the microbial familiarity to fight it off just yet.
Now, to see a completely different evolutionary game plan, consider the horse. Horses are herbivores, right? So they lack that hyperacidic stomach. Instead, they are hindgut fermenters with a massive 200-liter GI tract, featuring a 30-liter cecum that acts as an absolute microbial fortress. So instead of relying on an acid chamber, a horse's defense is sheer crowd control. That dense, existing bacterial ecosystem outcompetes new, bad bacteria simply by taking up every single available inch of space. Any invading pathogen shows up and finds absolutely no resources and no room at the inn to set up camp. Layer 4, why humans outsource digestion. It really raises a fantastic question, doesn't it? If dogs have these awesome acid vats and horses have impenetrable fortresses, why on earth did humans lose out on these defenses? Well, historically, we actually did have some natural tolerance to dirty water, but we completely changed our own evolutionary trajectory.
First, we figured out fire and started cooking our food, which effectively killed pathogens on the outside. And then, eventually, we built incredibly complex modern water treatment systems.
The fascinating thing here is we didn't just physically get weaker, we permanently optimized our bodies for cleanliness. Because we totally externalized our filtration, our stomach acid dropped, and our microbiomes softened up. We simply stopped needing them to be so aggressive because we were neutralizing the threats before we even swallowed them.
I love this perspective. It's such a brilliant evolutionary twist. Both dogs and humans solved the exact same dirty water problem. We just tackled it using incredibly different, highly effective methods. To put it simply, we didn't lose the ability to handle dirty water because we got weak. We just redirected the effort. The dog weaponized its stomach to kill bacteria. We used our brains to build infrastructure.
So, the next time your dog takes a giant slurp from a muddy swamp, remember, they aren't just getting lucky. They are relying on these 5 distinct, extremely powerful internal defenses, all layered on top of each other, with that acidic stomach serving as the ultimate kill chamber for incoming bacteria. Ultimately, wild animals aren't magically immune to the world's dangers. They are just perfectly, evolutionarily adapted to them. Millions of years of drinking from random puddles and streams have built a biological system custom-tailored for exactly that kind of rough environment. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought to ponder about our own human journey. If we traded our raw, internal biological defenses for external technological ones like water treatment, what other wild natural superpowers have we permanently traded away for the comforts of the modern world? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I'll leave you with that question to think about.